Okay, guys. So, so earlier classes we discussed about the how we can define a X path and if we need a comma or pipe delimiter, we can declare in the text values, guys. Okay. So if we want to print as in next line, we can use a code, guys. Okay. So we have seen the different methods like for each condition, if condition, choose one condition. So now see. So once we change the report namespace, we have to declare a output method, guys. Output method. Whether if we want to output as a text format or XML format. And if we want to declare a headers till now, so if we can observe, okay, so what the headers did not print yet, guys. Okay, the headers no more available. If you want to print a headers, so we can use a this variables names. Okay, so we'll discuss variables later. So this is as a text values. Okay, XSL text employee ID and XSL text company name. And between the first header, first column and the second column, so we're going to take a comma separated file, guys. Comma separated. So in the actual data, we have taken as a text value as a comma. Here, directly we have taken as a XSL value of select $ABC. Okay, $ABC means, oh, here if we want to call a multiple times a single value, we can store those data into the variable. So that variable, how we can declare in the XSLT, this is the syntax. XSL variable name equal to ABC and select, we're going to store this comma file, comma into the ABC variable. Okay. So if you want to call this variable to the anywhere in XSLT, we can use a dollar symbol, dollar ABC, dollar symbol ABC. So the same way, if we want to call anything and the variable value, if you want to call the space button, so this is the space got stored into the BCD variable. If we want to call this space button, we can use dollar and BCD. Okay. So how it will be displayed? Let's see. I'm running the file. Employee ID and the companies. This is the report name is different. If we can observe, if you scroll up, employee ID and the company is a header. Below printing as a actual data. But we have printing the first employee is a beside of the header. So what is the issue? The issue is after this, after a header, we want to print as a next line. It's printing a value. Then when it comes to for each condition, this actual data should print as a next line. For next line data, did we use this any condition, any code? No. So we have to use this code after this header line. Then it will it will print the records. Let's see. If you can observe, employee ID, company, this is the employee ID, first employee ID, got a new row now, new row. So this way we can debug the any XSLT issue in real time. So mostly we will receive a, okay, in real time we will receive a sometimes the XSLT issue as well. Sometimes the error is not printing properly. Sometimes the code is not satisfying the XML file. So in that case, the entire data will be skipped and it will print as a empty tags. Why it's printing the empty tags? So we have to debug and we will give the solution to them, and we can include those codes into changing the code, uploading into the XSLT file to the EAB and run the integration to send a new updated file to the application, to the vendor application. Okay, this way we can do in the real time while doing the developing a new integration as well. So we have to check each and everything. So if it did not work, we have to check in the Google and we can implement those type of codes to including in the XSLT code. Okay, this is the EIB with the XSLT code. A simple XSLT. It's a converting a XML file to CSV file with the comma delimiter, and it's printing a header, output method as a text, printing headers, and sample data we have tried. Okay, so this way we can go with the custom transformation. Custom transformation means we should develop a XSLT code for the EAB. Okay, so now, so the EAB outbound is completed. So we have seen yesterday for web service of the EAB guys, INT 128. Web service guys. Did anyone try with this XSLT using the web service? GetWorkers web service. Have anyone tried with the app service to develop a XSLT?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So, any doubts? Any doubts on the EAB XSLT level? Any issues? If anyone have any issues, let me know. So we can work on those issues today, and tomorrow onwards we will start a core contest. If anyone have any issues, XSLT, any doubts, anything, so we will discuss today's call. Okay, so every person have the facing specific issues. Okay, so that issue you will not get that type of issue, but in real time, if you face that type of issue, if you know before going to the interview or if going to the job, so you can get learn here itself. Feel free to ask any questions or any doubts or any issues while developing the XSLT or anything.
Sir, how do you know that the data source type we can select as a custom report or a web services?
This is the data source type. So based on our requirement, for example, the mostly 99% no one will use the web service. Most of the cases 99% in real time, mostly they will use the report only, custom report. The most of the requirement will ask a employees data, so we can pull directly from the report. Okay, any compensation data, any other benefits data, so we can usually build a report and we can call that report to the EAB, right? So when web services is taking a long time to process the data, and and it's a very difficulty to understanding the response and creating XSLT, right? So that is the reason 99% most of the companies, most of the requirement will be satisfied the custom report only, the data sources.
Okay, so there is no mention that in the requirement we have to create the EIB using the data source or web service. We need to
No,
identify that.
yes, no one will be
Okay,
asking yes.
okay, sir. Yeah, thank you. Using this XLS teaser, sir, we were trying to convert only the CSV format, or is there any other formats also we can convert?
So we can convert CSV format, fixed length format, or any Excel format, JSON format. So any other format we can generate using the XSLT. But in real time, you will get it mostly XML, XML to XML. Why? Because of XML to XML. If we go to here, the tags is different. If we can observe, the tags got it's look like it's different tags, right? WD report entry, report data, and WD employee ID. But in vendor application team, people will ask, we don't need a WD symbol, and they need a employee ID and worker and a position. Only this information they need a as a XML format. So in that case, also we can write a XSLT to skip uh, this declaration. Okay, the namespace. We can we can skip this namespace and process the only names. And sometimes they need a employee. They don't need a employee ID, guys. They need a worker ID as a tag. So in that case, we can create a XSLT using the XSLT. We can create a XML guys. From XML to XML. But mostly we will receive a note text in real time. Text as a CSV format, pixel length, or uh, JSON format very less, but mostly we will receive a text format or XML format. That's it. JSON rarely we will receive a requirement as a JSON format.
So how do we give here the fixed length? Also, like we
So
need to code it for the fixed
no,
length
actually
in
in EAB we have discussed with the pixel length file, right?
yes,
Yeah, custom report transformation we have a that option, right? Pixel length option.
yes.
So we can use that option to use a pixel length. On coding also we have a option. So
Okay,
inside XSLT code also we can create a pixel length files. So we have a if we can so we have some specific code guys. So using this code also we can create. So if we can read the W3 schools or W3 schools, if we can check the try with all the options. So we have a few fields like fixed weight, few functions, not a fields, few functions allow to print a fixed width format guys. Like fixed weight, maximum length, minimum length. Those type of functions will use to print a fixed width format. Okay, it will print like this guys. First, it will, for example, this is as a 10 characters. One characters for this under this column. So the remaining characters will print as a spaces. The next column will start a exact number of the column. It will not start a before column or after column. It will start exactly starting of the column. That way we can characterize it fixed with file.
okay, sir.
Any other doubts? So why? Because of guys, so the most of the people is not available today because of they have some office timings and some other work. So that is the reason we will not take more time today. So we'll discuss only if anyone have any doubts to connect and any issues or any doubts to discuss about this class. And have tell you this headers information. We can print these headers in this class. So and
Sir,
yeah, yeah.
uh, you just give that XSL output tag, no, sir. Similarly, we used match slash tag. Uh, are there any other tags that we use in the XSLT, sir?
Where template
Here,
map.
in XSL output method equal to text and this XSL template match.
Yeah, we can give anything like if you want to generate as XML file, XML to XML, we can give a output method as XML and template match with always it should be forward slash only. If you want to give any other, it will not allow guys. Or if you want to give any other thing, it means you can give this one report data after this. Okay.
Okay, sir, whatever variable declarations we want to give, we should give in that under that output tag, sir.
Yeah, it is in a different tag. It's a different tags. It's a
Okay.
self closing tags. These tags we can call as a self closing tags. If we can, the opening
Okay.
XSL output
Okay.
here,
Output method.
there is no closing here. By default, it's closing as a here. Okay. Under this, we have taken as a different tags. The tag name is a variable name. Here we
Okay.
can take a different places we can declare a variables. We can declare variables here, or if we want to declare a variables inside the for each condition also we can declare. Okay, if no doubt, so we'll discuss small introduction about the core connectors worker. So we have a core connectors. Okay, we have a core connectors. On which case we go with the core connectors. So core connectors means whenever we need a delta changes, you mean changes file. If you go to the any custom report, if you run multiple times, what will happen? It will repeat the same data, no changes, right? If you run the report today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, okay, after 1 week, there is no change. If any new employee, then only it will be changed. Otherwise, no change, guys. But in core data, if you want to capture any changes, only those files will be extracted. Okay. So that purpose we go with the core connectors. So what is the task to create a core connector? So create integration system. Create integration system. Okay. The task name is create integration system, and we need to give a name, and we have to select a template. So we have a different template. So we'll discuss few templates tomorrow. Okay. So if no doubts, so we can close the call today. So we'll continue tomorrow to start a core characters class next.